Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today the Dallas Cowboys have signed Jadeveon Clowney, three-time Pro Bowler, to the roster after a very disappointing defensive performance on Sunday. Look, I thought that the Cowboys' defense in opening night was disappointing, and I'll say why. Yes, only 24 points for the Eagles, known as a great offense. Sure, it's a solid performance, but the Eagles open up with 3 touchdown drives on the Cowboys defense. Then just look at what the Giants did, yesterday with a I'm sorry, 2 days ago on Sunday with Russell Wilson throwing almost 500 passing yards. And the thing I look at with the Cowboys this season so far in the first 2 games, and I compare the first 2 games to the last season, is what was a big weakness for the Dallas Cowboys last year, I believe, was the Dallas Cowboys, a big weakness was stopping the run. I felt like the Cowboys were one of the worst run-stopping defenses in football last year. I mean, you remove the Carolina Panthers, like there were teams like the Panthers and the Raiders who were just piss poor at stopping the run, and it was like absolutely crazy. But then you had teams like the Cowboys, and I think the Cowboys were really bad at stopping the run, so were the Bengals. But the Cowboys were in there, I think, as probably top 5 worst teams last year in stopping the run. And I think that's one of the reasons why Kenny Clark intrigued the Cowboys when they traded Michael Parsons to the Packers. And if you really look at it, in these 2 games that they've played, I think they've done a solid job at stopping the run when it just comes to facing running backs. I mean, you face Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley only had 60 rushing yards. I mean, Hurts ran all over him. So, I mean, it's not like Jalen Hurts absolutely killed them. But they limited Barkley to 3.3 yards per carry. And then let's look at last week, against the Giants. Yes, the Giants passed all over them, but the Cowboys were doing a good job of stopping the run game. I mean, you had Tyron Tracy, who only had 15 rushing yards on 5 carries. Then you had Scadaboo, who was pretty solid. I mean, Scadaboo had 45 rushing yards. I think that they have improved at stopping the run, but I think they have gotten worse with their pass defense, and I think that's the Micah Parsons effect. And I think their opposing quarterbacks are getting more time to throw the football. That's why Russell Wilson went 30 for 41 with 450 passing yards, and even like Jalen Hurts threw almost 200 passing yards against this Cowboys defense, and he didn't even throw 25 throws. I mean, he threw 160 on 23 pass attempts. So, and was 19 for 23. So just you look at how dominant passers have been against this defense. I think it's good that you add in a guy who's been known, in the past as a good pass rusher, because I feel like with Micah Parsons, you lost a guy who, you lost a guy who's going to be really good for you when it comes to stopping the pass and pass rushing. And Kenny Clark at times has actually been a really solid pass rusher, but I think Kenny Clark's going to help you improve stopping the run and not stopping the pass and rushing the passer. And I think that's one thing Kenny Clark has done well in the first 2 games for Dallas. But you had to add in someone that's going to fill the void, even if it's just going to be a little bit of what Michael Parsons did. I think it helps with Jadeveon Clowney, a 3-time Pro Bowler who, with Carolina last year, had 5.5 sacks in 14 games. He had 9.5 sacks in 2023 with Baltimore. With Houston, and the years 2016 through 2018, he had some monster years. He's got 58 sacks in his career in 11 years. So just knowing some of the dominations he's had with rushing the passer, I think even Clowney in his prime with the Texans is not near Michael Parsons. I would say that, but I think even with him now, with what he is now, and what he can be for this Cowboys defense, I would say maybe that can fill the void of Michael Parsons by maybe 25, in the range of 25 to 40%, and that'd be solid. And I think they need some improved pass rushing to help get more pressure to their opposing quarterbacks, and that's something Jadeveon and Clowney can definitely help with. But you guys, let me know your thoughts on the signing for the Cowboys in the comment section, and peace out.